Hello and welcome with another video. I'm here again with something new, something more interesting and exciting. Though it's not exciting for the people who are going through my videos because they are purely academic, but it's good for the students. You can at least convey them that there is a teacher who is existing in University of Sin and has been constantly posting different topics related to chemistry world. So let's talk about industry. What is an industry? You simply might have heard this word industry in hundreds of times, right? So it's a huge cluster or a group of different companies relatable to each other on simply primary professional activities. This is the simplest definition for an industry, right? Whereas chemical industry, what is a chemical industry? Of course, it is something to do with the chemicals, where a huge lot of chemicals are produced. It is called a chemical industry, right? And definitely we are getting I'm in the Institute of Chemistry right now, so I'm handling lots of chemicals. So where we are going to get, of course, there are industries nationally and internationally that are synthesizing these precious and the expensive chemicals. Some are very expensive, some are low quality, and so they are not that much expensive. They have low prices, whereas the ones that are mostly the ones that we are using on the research purpose, for the research purpose, are of analytical grade. So basically how we are going to get these chemicals, of course there are industries behind all this. This huge lot of chemicals we are using in our daily lab usages, right? So they basically produce hundreds or thousands or maybe more than thousands of daily usage products, daily life usage products, right? Which we are using daily on our daily basis. Some of these include, of course, soaps, detergents, colognes. These all lie under this category, and they are acquired directly by the consumers. Why? They are simply they can be get by the consumers, whereas rest of them are used as intermediates, right? And why? Because they would be synthesized then to form other products. So now this was something to do about, I just explained you something about the industry. Now what is a heavy chemical industry? So simply a heavy chemical industry is simply the one where the chemicals, or you can say the production of chemicals, is in a very large scale, right? On a very large scale the chemicals are produced. So simply heavy chemical industries lies under the category where these production or the chemicals are produced on a very large scale, as I've just mentioned, that tons and tons per day in 24 hours, tons and tons of these chemicals are produced, and mostly they are, you can say, in a very in a crude form. They are not in the purest form. They are in the crude form. They lie under the category of crude chemical products, right? Examples, of course, there are examples. When you are giving explaining something, you have the examples. Which chemicals are under that category? Of course, sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is the one. Then alkalis, then salts. These all lie under the category of this, right? Okay, now there's a question that comes in my mind. What does chemical industry produce, right? What does it produce? So basically what does this chemical industry produce? It basically produces three different major types. That is, number one, the basic chemicals. Of course, now what are the basic chemicals? These are highly beneficial. They are very important. They are very necessary for our lives. They all come under the category of one word called basic chemicals, right? And what are the examples for that? Of course, the chlorine, the hydrogens, the sodium, the alkalis, that is sodium hydroxide, for example, the hydrogen fluoride, hydrogen chloride, HCl, hydrogen, even bromines. These are comes under the category of this one word called basic chemicals. Now what are specialty chemicals? As the word refers to it, something to do with special. So they are utilized on how they perform and how much they are functional, or you can say they are always manufactured in very small scale, because they have that one word. They come under that category of one word called specialty chemicals. That means something to do with something special in them, right? So I was basically explaining what does this chemical industry produce. So I just explained that there are three basic types. There is basic chemicals, then specialty chemicals, and there is a third term called what? The consumer chemicals. Now what are consumer chemicals? Now all the perfumes we are using, the sprays we are using, the detergents, the vitamins we are using, and these beautiful perfumes we are using, right? I have a lot of variety here. And of course, the vitamins we are using, they all come under this category of this one word called consumer chemicals, right? And why it is so? Because most frequently they are under, they interact with the people. They are directly, in touch with the people. They are very close to the people. Just as I picked up my perfume bottle and I showed it to you, that this is something to do with the consumer chemicals. So consumer chemicals basically are purchased directly by the people, right? Directly, people, they are, accessible to people without any middlemen in between them. So they are directly sold to the public, or you can call it, they are just directly purchased by people, right? So what are those? These includes, of course, the toiletries, right? The toiletries we are using, soaps, detergents are there, and surfactants are there, which can clean out the skin, starting from this cleaning the skin to the and reaching to that level of cleaning, that is the different plant locations or industrial plant locations. So this was a little topic about your heavy and basic chemicals and different type of chemicals, chemical industries. I've explained, and of course I explained you, of course, that what is a specialty chemical, what are basic chemicals, and what was the difference between them. In the industries, this is all, it's the game, industrial, what is this industry business all about? It's all the game of the profit, right? So the thing, we always put a value to the things that are being produced in the industry. So that the things that are of low value, there some of the things that are produced are of low value, some are high valued products, highly valued products, or you can call them highly valued products, more expensive, right? And some are less expensive. So for the less expensive ones, when they are being produced or they are being prepared, they are produced in a very large quantity. They are being produced in a huge amount, so that you can get a little bit profit from them. When you sell it, you will get the person will be having a profit from that, right? So what does that means? That means that the raw materials you are using are not that much expensive. They are used, extensively, and they are low cost, and they are not that much expensive, and they are cheap, and they are accessible. So this was something about, the global chemical industry, also the structure of global chemical industry, also it's something like that. So what does this all happen? That in this all process, the price you can say that the price, it remains low. It just targets to that point that the price remains low. So I was saying basically that the prices, of course, they get low. How the prices get low? Because when you're selling, you can say a large volume or large amount of the products in the market, you definitely need a large market. You need a large marketplace, a large space for selling, or a large market is supposed to be there to sell all those products that are produced in that large, huge amount. And that simply leads to a very tough competition, and because of that tough competition, it simply you can say escalates, or it simply not escalates, but it simply lowers down the prices of those products. So this was something today's topic about this heavy and chemical industries, and basic and heavy chemical industry, and I explained you what is the main difference between the basic and heavy chemical industries, and I explained you the 3 different types, that is the basic chemicals, specialty chemicals, and consumer chemicals. And of course, I hope that some of the students, they were not, I thought that I must convey a few things, because these were the things that will not, I think, being discussed in the class today. So I thought that because I found a little students majority was not there, so I thought that I must convey a few points to you people which were left in the class, and which were not being conveyed to you because you were not there. So I thought that I must make a short video for you people to complete your lecture, and you can prepare your lecture from this video. The points you would not been able to get in the class, they are all there, and just consult your books and your notebooks and your literature that has been provided to you, so that you'll be able to cover this topic nicely. Hope to see you again with something more interesting and absorbing in my next video. Let's see what I will select next. So thank you very much.